All right, hello students. Today we're going to go over lesson 16, symmetry in a coordinate plane. Symmetry in a coordinate plane is kind of something we have discussed a little bit about. Something we talked about is opposites, and that's kind of the opening part here. So if we look at this, it says, give an example of two opposite numbers and describe where the number lie on a number line. How are they similar? Excuse me, how are the numbers similar and how are they different? So if we kind of think about it, we want to come up with an example of two numbers that are opposites of each other. Well, if we think about it, I would say 2 and -2 are opposites of each other. Now, what makes them opposites? Of course, they're opposites because they have the same absolute value. And of course, one's positive and one is negative. So, how are opposite numbers similar? So how are they similar? Well, they're both the same distance from 0. So that's what we have. That's what we want to talk about. These two, excuse me, numbers are similar because they are both 2 units away from 0. We took the time and we drew a number line. So let's go ahead and take a time and just kind of draw a basic number line down here. Excuse me. We put 0 in the middle. If I was to label both these points, I would have a 1 here and 2 here. So this would be a positive 2. Let's put our point here. I would have a -1 here. I didn't label that over here. Oops. And a -2 right here. And so this right here is also 2 units away from 0. So this is how they're similar. Well, how are they different? Well, they're different, even though they're both 2 units away from 0. They're different because they're going in opposite directions from 0, or they're on opposite sides of 0. So these two numbers are different. So I talked about how they were similar. Now we're going to answer the second question on how they were different, because they are on opposites. So they're opposite numbers. So they're on opposite sides of 0. There you go. So we came up with these are opposite numbers. They are symmetric when it comes to the kind of the middle point of 0, because they're both 2 units away, but they're going just simply in opposite directions. When we talk about coordinate plane, we're kind of talking about the same thing, except instead of having 1 0 like a number line, there's 2 different 0. There's an x that's 0, and then there's a y that's 0. We'll kind of get in that next example.